welcome to this match from Blackout TV, bringing you Wireplay Season 10, Team Awesome Signal versus Raw Deal. This is Hiking from Team Awesome, joined by
Max and Moose again of Team Awesome.
Interesting looking match we've got here today, Maxi, to kick off Wireplay Season 10.
Yeah, it's going to be a beauty. We've seen Sigma only really come about out of Team Awesome's array of many teams, with Raw Deal the same, just being patched together with some good players. So we look to have a good match ahead of us.
Yeah, Raw Deal have a bit more of a history, I suppose, than Team Awesome. Team Awesome, as you said, just newly formed. Raw Deal, of course, were Div 2 ETF 2L last year, but unfortunately got relegated after a tiebreaker match with Critscast Distinguished Ducks.
Yeah, it must be a shame to feel that the pain of going down, but the only way is up, so they've got a good match and a good time ahead of them.
They've also got that motivation over Team Awesome here. Team Awesome only have done UGC so far. They're also, I think, going Div 3 ETF 12 this season, so these teams might see more of each other in the future.
Yeah, everyone's looking to keep active. TF2 is a non-dying game.
It's growing more and more. If the Americans are to be believed, anyways, they're saying Team Awesome's on the way up. Team Awesome? TF2 is on the way up.
If anything, if the robot key sales are to go by, then we've got a lot of TF2 ahead of us.
Hopefully they won't shut down TF2 to be due to oversales at the marketplace. No one can get in.
Yeah, no more updates. We're going to be rolling in cash.
As if they didn't have enough as it is.
They love taking my pocket money.
They love taking everyone's pocket money, Max. Okay, we look to have, what, we have 17 on the server now, just waiting for one from Team Awesome to join. I believe it's their Soldier.
No match is on without someone being late.
Oh, definitely not. It's Highlander at its finest right here, folks. Players late, update dropping before the game just to throw everyone that little bit off. Everyone excited about getting the new hats and mist items.
Yeah, robot form unusuals. Will that cause everyone's banks to break?
It will. Talking about banks breaking, I am seeing some fancy hats in here tonight, Maxi.
Yeah, let's have a look around. I like Raw Heavies. His outlook's pretty good. Just an entirely blue face whilst on fire.
The burning blue face. We've got the rather dapper looking demo man. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce your name from Raw Deal, I'm sorry. That's just a strange combination of letters in my mind.
Oh, Raw's demo man, going for the ladylike pink, loving with a heart.
But I think star of the show here in hats is Wick for Team Awesome. Look at that double unusual combination.
No, we can't look at it. We can't look at it, it's too good.
I think he just won all of the internets at once right there, Max. Okay, it looks like Team Awesome have their full array here. We should be getting ready to arrive soon enough.
Well, I'm thoroughly excited. How about yourself?
I am moist at the anticipation of this match here, Maximus.
Well, I think it's about time that I put in some small print. Under no circumstances are the opinions and thoughts of tonight's casters to be taken seriously. Blackout Gaming TV is not responsible for the material in tonight's cast and will adamantly deny all knowledge of it in court or otherwise.
Yes, there might be a few concerns about favoritism, being two Team Awesome casters in a Team Awesome game, but if anything, we're just going to make fun of them more for this fact.
Yeah, we don't want to throw some bias into a match. That would just be no fun for anyone to watch. So hopefully we've got some good picks from both sides and a whole lot of love ahead of us.
Whole lot of love indeed. Whole lot of love in Koth for Highlander. What do you think, Maxi? Medic main? You must dread this map.
I just want to relieve a sigh for both medics. It's every time there's a King of the Hill and a medic has to play, it's a horrible time for them. Everyone's out to get them, and everyone has a chance at them. The sniper, the spy, the soldier demo. It's a nightmare.
Yes, Maximus, and I mean the engineer, of course, your Team Awesome, but again, King of the Hill maps engineer, you're just trying to shut down snipers and getting constantly headshot. It's not a nice time. And Viaduct, notorious for snipers, notorious for spies.
It's vital match for everyone to have some big games. With Spy being able to drop down from so many places, I'm just following Raph at the moment. He's just practicing running around, getting his high ground, because there's barrels, there's cliffs, drop from anywhere. Medic doesn't realise, Pyro doesn't realise. Anything can happen.
I'm looking for some crazy stabs coming off here. All sorts of stair stabs and jump stabs. All the MLG spy stuff.
I think what we should be looking at is beeps. Unusual, going back to that beautiful hat.
Yeah, some beautiful and unusuals here indeed. I'm expecting big games from who? Of course, Onus is going to be on Wick and Lantec, being the two medics. Raph is spy, he needs a big game, and Bot's a sniper.
Yeah, from Raw I hear some excellent things about Snow, so hopefully a few seconds or minutes of watching what the sniper can do will be of interest for all of those with those flick reflexes.
Never could quite master the sniper myself. I'm too twitchy when I try and aim.
I once went through an entire clip, 25 bullets on pub and didn't even hit. Not even a body shot.
And
worst thing, I just carried on playing. Yeah, pretty much.
No aim required.
Hey, those crossbows take a lot of thought.
Take a lot of skill too. I love crossbows.
Possibly one of the greatest things to give the medic a bit of fun in the match.
Possibly the best buff to have come up with Valve was increasing the reload speed in that. It's just a majestic weapon.
It's just helped everything. Quite interesting, in Highlander especially, you won't see needles as much, even though you know they can take out scouts with a few corners, just hide around, throw some backlash as you back off. But the crossbow is always there just to heal.
All you have to do is just spam a random choke and hopefully hit someone. You can get a nice 100 burst heal off on them.
Exactly, I think Unlocks is possibly where Highlander really stands its own ground. And having so many weapons and having so many different playstyles, TF2 just opens up this world of different death.
Although with so many unlocks and weapons, there's always the things you're going to hate. The Wrangler, I think, is the most hated weapon in Highlander. That or the Dead Ringer, but you got to live with it, I suppose.
Exactly. Valve brought it in for a reason. They thought it would just give you a different perspective when you're going out for either a specific class or even just in pubs. You know, there's no demo man on your team. Get a soldier with a direct hit. He can take out that sentry.
Soldiers with direct hits are the scariest thing in DF2. Scouts, one shot. Medics, one shot. Just, you can't get near them.
I think the soldiers unlocks are probably one of the most powerful. Things like the direct hit and the gunboat just means that he's not going to be there, needed to pocket the medic like he would in sixes. He can just boost off whatever, get a bit of buff, fly over, kill the medic, and carry on with just absolute carnage.
That's something I expect to see here. We've just got word there now that we've got a going live shout, so we should be going in about 60 seconds. Maximus, who are you going to watch now in this first round? Who's going to be the big player for either side?
In the first round, well, we've got to try and follow a demo. It's going to be, how does the demo pass, does he get there?
Yeah, the only thing about that is Highlander, it's like sixes. Highlander, there's just going to be waves of people coming in. Everyone isn't fast. That's one problem I found playing with the Team Awesome team. If you send your demo man or your soldier in too fast, Scout gets there, does a little bit of damage, they're out of the fight then for another couple of seconds while your team gets in. You've lost point control, and point control is the name of the game, King of the Hill.
Yeah, even this Lakeside, one of the other big King of the Hill maps in most of the seasons. We don't even want to go there. I'm not even going to talk anymore about it. Other than that middle ground, the high ground element, it just gives all of your team the advantage.
Just when snipers can see everything. It's not a nice experience. Just afraid everywhere on that map.
Again, it's Medic Main, a horrible thing to have. A map with constant sniper avenues.
I think that's where Viaduct, I think, gets a bit more favoritism. There's still some good sniper lines, but there's a lot less of those sniper lines to be had.
Exactly, they're trying to cut it out with these big panels of metal on the bridges, the rocks in the middle. It's trying to remove as much chance as he can, but if he gets up above on the cliff, he's got the cut over into the choke on the right. And if he's over on his choke, he's covering out the cliff. So we'll probably see the snipers taking either corner, really, unless they're trying to take each other on. Yeah, I've just lost connection to the server. We would like to take the opportunity to thank you for tuning into Blackout Gaming TV with Heavy is GPS on the camera work, Team Awesome Maximus and High King chatting away furiously on microphone. So, if you're still following, no doubt you are, we're going to be switching servers. Nothing like a bit of gentlemanly talk and time to fly elsewhere. Hopefully don't leave us for too long, get yourself refreshed, drain that main vein, and sit yourself back down for what is going to be a beautiful game of Season 10 Week 1 games in Wireplay.
Take me, I will be true.
anything you know?
I'm not able to see anything. I'm stuck under the point. Cheers, guys. Fuck the casters. We need to get this over with. We're on the stream. Lovely. Hey, guys. What's up?
Hello and welcome back. Here we are, Blackout Gaming TV. It's Friday, 17th of May. It's a beautiful evening. A little cloudy overhead. But looking forward to a beautiful match between Team Awesome Sigma and Raw Deal. Wireplay Season 10. Even if it's your first season, welcome. We're going to hold out our loving arms. We hope you have a good amount of food, drink ahead of you. Because this one's probably going to be in the long haul with all these updates which are breaking everything.
Yep, everything's broken. I'm stuck following a scout while under the point. It's hilarious. It's impossible to follow. It's great fun.
Get it on.
TF2 mirror chill.
All I've got is the cast to watch, so I'm in the eyes of the beholders. And it's just flicking through. Is this looking like a game start? Heavy automatically with the Gru out, and Raw's Demo Man is making his way quickly to the point, trying to stop Team Awesome getting any sort of advantage at mid. It's beautifully laying out some fast stickies. How's he getting that distance? Yeah, it seems as though Team Awesome are pushing ahead, but Heavy is down. A quick backstab from Raw means Team Awesome aren't really going to be able to push out very far at all. Have to be watching that little doorway. This is Viaduct Pro, one of the King of the Hills in Wireplay, and that little door entrance isn't something you're going to be seeing on most pub servers. A little bit of lag here and there. What makes 2-2 without lag? And the crits is on Lantak, one of those ultimate pubbers, always there in lobbies, making sure that everyone is healed. He's going to be pushing ahead with the heavy. Heavy with crits, able to take anyone out even from distance. Knowing those crits, you're not going to have any fall-off damage, so you've got the chance just to take anyone out from any distance. And in comes Botman, taking out the head of the opposition sniper. He's going to be just waiting for that medic to come around the corner, doesn't quite get him. And it looks like Lantak gets away safely this time. He's just going to be building around in the corner. There's these 2 points really where you're going to be holding in Viaduct. You've either got yourself over on the right hand side behind that rock. Only recently seen that sort of style. Mainly it's just that option on the left if you're blue, right if you're red. You're going in for that choke point, those stairs, that little doorway. You just want to be able to hold that point. And hopefully your sniper can take out anyone on the cliffs that might be watching with an eagle eye. And it looks like the camp goes back to Raw, so they're going to be counting down their time. Relax! Getting some pipes like some pipe laying person. We could be having some Irish internet issues with I don't want to throw any stereotypes out there, so again.
Alright, hello, welcome. This is the cameraman GPS speaking. I'm just in here while we have our other caster having some issues here. So yeah, what have we seen so far in this match here? We're seeing crits out of both teams, and the Source TV camera is super slow and it's laggy. Yes, I do love these updates.
Thanks, Heavy. Coming to save the day. Heavy is GPS, the beautiful streamer here, watching it in on twitch.tv/Blackout Gaming TV. Post it to your mother, post it to your grandmother. Get everyone here to watch this game.
Yes, so right now we're seeing that Team Awesome, of course, being in the red, is up against Raw, that's in the blue, and currently Raw has been holding this point for a long time here, finally just capping it right now. So, yeah, we're seeing both teams going Kritzkrieg, which means they are opting to kill and not necessarily survive. They just want to get the point, get the kills, and hopefully hold this. So, usually it's kind of unusual to see Kritzkrieg this late into the game from both teams, but yeah, this is definitely interesting, having a bit of a standoff here. Times are about equal as the crits come in here from Raw.
It's a beautiful thing, the Kritzkrieg. If any unlock should be kept, you could remove everything, but the Kritzkrieg just opens up a fun game.
Oh, look at this nice counter crits here coming in from Team Awesome here. Unfortunately, using their heavy and almost their Demo Man went down there, so they actually survived the main crit and then counter crit with themselves, and there's a lot of players dead for both teams here as they finally captured a point here. Look out for that Spy, and the Spy, crash-based playstyle, takes down Relux from Team Awesome. I think that's Grenjabob on that Spy there, yes.
He's been hanging around the middle a long time. He managed to get away from the demo in his first attempt at the stabs, but then finally get some on the last. It looks like Raw have got the advantage.
Yeah, Raw definitely has some uber advantage here. They're still running the crits though, so keep in mind they can get focused fire down, so they gotta play this correctly. Here they come, they're gonna go in with this Kritzkrieg, and they're probably gonna pop it on their Demo Man, which of course is the most powerful class on this particular map. But Lantac gets taken out by a nice sticky courtesy of Relux, but they do get the point though, even though losing that uber.
Yeah, you can probably tell like the strength of each team, just like how long their cap lasts for. Does it last for 10 seconds? Does it last for a minute? And each side seems to be putting out an equal sort of play.
Yeah, so far. So if we take a quick look at the scores here, they are kind of even. Slightly favoring Raw right now, but they are currently almost in the lead here. It's very, very even at this point in time. As we try and get a good look at what's going on here, hoping and crossing fingers that the Source TV stabilizes.
Please let me watch as I try and connect to the beautiful STV.
So we have Raw Pitax here doing some just poking around the rocks here. A soldier coming in for a little bomb here on the Pyro, doesn't really get too much and decides to get out of there. Butts goes down, so that's no more sniper for the red team, which of course is Team Awesome. Leaving Snow alive. Snow, of course, being a very, very young, talented sniper. Kritzkrieg coming out from the Demo Man doesn't really do anything. Gets cut off by the Pyro and just dies, which is often the case with the Kritzkrieg. They just at any point in time just attack you and then you die.
Hello everybody, I am back. Sorry about that. My TF2 is just utter muck and I've terrible internet connection, but I am back and I am ready to shout at computer screen to the wider version of the internet. So, what have we seen here so far, Heavy?
We've seen pretty much back and forth game here, kind of even. By kind of, I mean it's kind of slightly favoring Team Awesome now in the frag, so they're definitely evenly matched. This is definitely a control roll. This is going to be close. If I were to make a prediction on who I think is going to win, I would just say wait and see the results, because I absolutely have no idea who is the stronger team at this point in time.
Just get us one out. How many games do you actually see that both times go down to less than 10 seconds?
We're hoping that we'll get into the classic double overtime here, Maxi, in the first round. That'll just show how tight these teams are.
Exactly.
And it looks like we might get that at the moment here, although Raw down a lot of players, just engineer on point, not denied. Yeah, so Raw here trying to get on the point, trying to get it into that double overtime I was talking about. So close, but everyone just seems to be dying before they can get on the point.
What cheeky character do we have on mid, meaning they are just a few seconds short of capping what they need.
That's it, first round to Raw, and an extremely long round, just like us waiting to get this game casted. It took a while, but it's eventually here, people. 1-0 to Raw.
So, like Heavy was pretty much easily explained, we have got probably a very tight game ahead of us. So, if you want to see who is the winner, you're going to have to hang on to the very end. No changing websites, no changing channels. This is going to the very final rounds, I think.
Hang on to your hats, people. This one is going to be big indeed. I'm watching the Wrath cam here as he gets taken down. Engineers setting up.
Crash Base gets a beautiful stab on Team Awesome's medic, meaning there goes any sort of advantage.
He managed to get the double too, managed to get the demo with it as they cap the point, and Raw Deal are looking very strong, trying to carry forward that momentum from winning the last round.
Exactly, the first round, the most vital round. You're going to be pushing out for aggression, you'll be wanting to hold the other team back as much as possible, and if it's a mental state, then you're winning the game already.
Yeah, King of the Hill, that's one of the biggest things about it. It's all about momentum. You're basically just fighting mid-points for however long a round takes, upwards of 6 minutes like the last one. So it's just
6 minutes of MGE for everyone except there's no rapid respawn.
Yeah, but one interesting thing about King of the Hill, and in particular about Viaduct, the team who has the point has longer respawns, which does allow the attacking team to just suicide players, try and get that medic, try and get the big picks, then re-aggress, get back in, capture the point, and rinse and repeat.
Like an interesting finer detail of how Team Fortress actually plays. That would thought a lot about this one. It does deserve even more respect than it's given by its players.
Yeah, it looks like Team Awesome's going to win back the point there after a nice crit screen. Got a good few kills. Raw Deal only 2 up, one of them being the Engineer with the mini sentry, which is so OP. Takes down Kermit.
Exactly, mini sentry on King of the Hill means that Engineer has got 2 characters you can think about. He's laying his mini sentry every 100 metal, meaning that the shotgun's on the other side of the map, clearing up whoever's getting hit.
Botman just getting the better snow there. I was watching a nice little sniper duel, but Botman was getting some heals, some love from his medic, which is a very important thing to do here in a map where snipers are so important.
Exactly, I'm just following in the combo of blue, which Lantek just build behind the point. Got Wick with the advantage though, he's just coming up to 100%. Lantek's holding back at 75, and in come the crits with the demo, taking out exactly who he needs straight away, leaving Team Awesome just to clear up the rest. Although Blue are getting some good kills in between there, could be always too much aggression from Team Awesome.
Raw Deal seemed to have done a good job kiting that Uber, but just the clean up from Team Awesome there, reducing Raw Deal to 3 or 4 players.
Exactly, when you come into competitive, you've really got to work on those comms, knowing when people are going to be moving forward, where they are. Are you going to be running forward, but wait, there's a demo and heavy around the corner? It's just got to be smart play from the people ahead.
Yep, Kermit doing the great scout thing there, just cleaning up around the flanks, getting the sniper, very important pick. Does get killed by the soldier, but in my eyes, scout for a sniper on King of the Hill map, I'd take that any day.
Yeah, getting a kill there in on the demo man, meaning there's not going to be that big spam damage, either pipes, stickies. The demo really is the most powerful, second to the heavy, as he's the main pocket for the medic in Highlander. We're not got any soldiers waiting around as much as we do in the 6s. It's going to be soldiers jumping up whenever they can.
Yep, main thing about the Demo Man though, you've got 2 primary weapons, none of this weaker secondary stuff. He's got the sticky bomb launcher, arguably strongest weapon in the game, and he's got pills that'll just absolutely destroy you. Hits you directly with them, good night.
Okay, more NGU practice means more kills in your competitive games.
Team Awesome here, they've just ticked over Raw Deal's time now, looking good. Just watching Slacker here running the soda popper. It's a cringe-worthy weapon when you're watching people play with it.
MBM, I'll allow it. Have a good laugh. But in competitive, you've really got to count your luck at staying alive and timing it perfectly. Either that, or you've got to hope you've got a secondary weapon you can fall on, so that that build doesn't happen when you're running around.
Yeah, it's annoying. You can run around in your defended area where you're nice and safe, build up the crits, switch to the pistol, run in, pop the crits, just destroy anything in your face. It's not a nice thing to see, but part of the game, I suppose.
Exactly. The beauty of Highlander is that we've got a lot more weapons, unlocked from what we'd see in these 6s. Although America does have a much more open market in terms of what they'll allow. The European leagues, like we're watching here, they're a little bit stricter on their 6s. But Highlander, with so many different weapons at your arsenal, you're just going to be choosing whatever you need to take out. The snipers, or if you're a sniper and the spy's pretty evil, whack on the Razorback. Nothing ashamed about that.
No, never very close around here as we see the times once again just passing each other out. Team Awesome and Raw Deal, 2 very evenly matched teams.
Oh, exactly, but with the crits coming in, it always helps to be able to use the crits against them. Which
Kermit on the medic here. Oh,
Team
heavy
Awesome
saves the
played it.
medic. Kermit, he's still after the medic here. How has Kermit stayed alive so long? Eventually goes down to Lantek's needles, but a lot of pressure on the med there. A lot of time he wasn't healing his teammates.
Pretty much shows how much Lantek is getting attacked, really, knowing that he has to switch to needles. He's going to be not caring about those long-range heals with the crossbow, trying to get your mid-air shots on your solly as he's bombing in. It's all about the
Big
defense.
crits in here from TA. They've only got 1 kill, 2 kills with it so far, but it just pushes everyone back. Just gains that little bit of ground.
Exactly, as we work into the final seconds, Team Awesome counting down from 10. Raw Deal staying on 19 and currently being pushed back.
Great round there, I think. Now that's level. Team Awesome Raw Deal 1-1 Wireplay Season 10. Brought to you, of course, by Blackout Gaming. As we have the rollout here again, Soldier is whipping everyone out, getting that heavy, getting that pyro, getting the medic there as fast as he can for Raw Deal. Team Awesome a little bit slower.
Yeah, it seems like Raw Deal really do get that good start, and that's probably what won them the first round. That initial aggression is probably what Team Awesome to hold back, and really, you've just got to drop your balls to just get in there sometimes. Good buff from your medic and fire everyone in.
Yeah, Team Awesome down a lot of players here. They've only got 4 up. A lot of weak players, no heals currently, but there we see the respawn timers coming into effect. Team Awesome all popping up at the same time because the point was captured. Yeah,
with only 4 up, you've all got to fall back. There's no chance someone just staying there, trying to keep the point. Everyone drop back and work back in as a full 9, and you've got a much higher advantage. It's losing 1 or 2, you really can't push in, but losing more than that, you've really got to hold back.
That's where you get into these higher skill level teams. It's one thing you would see is lower level teams, you might say, okay, medic's down, everyone just sacrifice, try and get their medic, but one thing Rob, Team Awesome captain, drilled into us was just survivability, and that's really what Highlander is all about. You've got 9 players, they've got 9 players, constant spy sniper action. Just got to keep everyone up.
Oh, and Playstyle getting the nice little cheeky high ground that we talked about earlier. He's going to look to try and drop down. Getting some face stabs from Raw, I can see on the heavy. He may have just been caught out a little bit, and a crit from Raw, meaning that everyone's falling back to Team Awesome. Although they do still keep the point.
Yep, Team Awesome coming up on that crit streak here now, 96%. Raw Deal, Lantec just spawned, so he'll be hiding from this one. Team Awesome has a charge watching Burning Sandwich here, see what he get, or will it go to the Demo Man? Probably better off popping on that Demo Man when they do decide to pop it.
Yeah, it's such a shame that there isn't so much variety in TF2 that everyone gets their chance. It's really nice just to have a sniper just picking people off, give it to the spy, be a bit cheeky, but no, falls on Demo Man, he's that power player, heavy as a backup, and his lucky soldier probably third.
But the interesting thing about it is if you're playing against a very good pyro who knows his reflex and just knows his space and is sticking close to the medic, it can be more beneficial to put on the heavy. It's very hard to dodge bullets rather than projectiles, like.
Yeah, those moments mean everything. Those pro moments, the moments you get better on are the ones like, do I pass it to the heavy? Do I keep it with the demo? Does the demo go ahead? Does he fall back firing crits? It's those millisecond plays which, watching games like this, watching how other people play, just opens up your own playstyle, and you've got the opportunity to advance much quicker. So just keep watching Blackout Gaming TV.
Yeah, this game in particular, I've rarely seen King of the Hill matches this close. You play in these sort of games and they're the ones that you love Highlander for. They're just like, this is why I'm playing TF2 competitive. It's tense, you've got adrenaline buzz going on, palms are sweaty, butt being clenched.
You're just
Good
describing
time.
me casting. I'm not even playing this and I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, it's a great game here. Raw Deal looking very strong, Team Awesome looking just as strong. They're looking to get a 2-point lead here, but I wouldn't count out Raw Deal just yet. They're a very strong side. They've shown it already. Some great plays, some great players.
Yeah, they're kicking back currently at about 75%. Although Wick has just got to his 100, so are we going to see another surprise crits again, just blocking out Lantac?
Ooh, big white there
we
from
did.
Raw Deal.
It's a horrible time to see when the entire thing clears up. If we were NBM moments, that announcer would be saying something right now. But
Crash.
it just means that 20 seconds
Crash
left.
base style here in on the medic and the demo. Ooh, doesn't go for the stab. Being cheeky, just trying to hold out the time, get this perfect for his team.
Yeah, there's a beautiful thing about Spy, and I say it's beautiful as a medic main, is that when the Spy doesn't kill, when he just leaves the medic alone, leaves everyone alone, sits on a rock somewhere, and just calls out everything that's happening. Even that can be a powerful play, although he's just currently trying to get rid of the face of a heavy, and it's not working. Team Awesome take this, it's 2-1, Season 10 Wireplay. You're watching Blackout Gaming TV. It's Team Awesome versus Raw Deal.
I think Team Awesome now picked up on Raw Deal's excellent strat, just whipping everyone to mid. They seem to have got there that little bit faster, got that little bit more spam down to start this round off.
Exactly, no, by this time you're kind of really figuring out the opposition. You know that the engineers are going to go over to one point, the sniper's going to go over to the other. You're starting to find out how each other plays, and a lot of these guys have probably played as friendlies with each other, so even that moment you sort of know how each other would bounce off. Are they going to be going aggressive, weak now? And those little moments really do help when you're trying to push or defend.
Yeah, the interesting thing is here though that these two teams will be seeing a lot more of each other by the looks of things. They're both in Division 3 of ETF 2L, which is considered by some the premier division for Highlander in Europe. It'd be
You want to be
interesting.
taking that top spot then, so both teams are going to be playing with Bulls draft.
Yeah, Team Awesome, a lot of players down here, but still holding on to the point. Must have been overextending a little, but of course Raw Deal, just as I say it, come in, take control of the point.
Yeah, I think Snow doing well just to keep a few players at bay. He was unlucky to get a headshot on a flying soldier. That really does make the ego grow. But it means that with 2 down from them, just 1 player, the advantages are there.
Yeah, just flicking through players, looking at some item choices here. I was talking about the Soda Popper earlier on. We've got Raph here on Cloak and Dagger, which is probably the least used of the Spy's watches.
It's kind of probably the point that everyone who doesn't play Spy say it's the worst Spy watch to have. But really, Cloak and Dagger, especially on King of the Hill, avoiding all talk of the dead ringer, means that you can just sit around, watch what people are doing, see what percentage the medic's at, see where the demo is. You really can help your team without actually making a kill. But speaking of demo man, speaking of medics, speaking of crits, Wick is pushing forward, and it means that Team Awesome really want to get back at that point with Raw Deal's time counting down.
Yeah, Raw Deal once again leapfrog over them. Raw Deal, they seem to have longer stints on the point, and then Team Awesome just seem to be able to just grind them off it.
It's kind of like friendly banter. They're just like, do you want the point? Nah, do you want the point? We'll take it in turns.
That's what I love about these sorts of games, is just saying earlier on, it's back and forth action. There's nothing worse than King of the Hill when it's a bad match. When you're being outplayed, it's the worst feeling in the game. You just want it over and done with.
Exactly, this type of moment, you're really leaning forward. You're pretty much 1 inch from the screen saying, I'm going to get that pyro, he might have dominated me, but I'm going to make sure that he is my mark. And with Highlander, 1 of each player, you've each got your counters, you've each got to control who's on the field and where your strengths are.
Yep. Oh. Nice headshot there from Bosch. Just happened to flick onto his cam, seeing line up the engine, pop him one in the head.
Poor engineers, they just want to make things, they just want to build things. They just love Meccano, and snipers just don't like them.
No, but that's one of the things that snipers have to look out for in this sort of map. Just mini sentries. If your sniper can be taken down mini sentries, big deal. And I see a lot of players going down here from both sides, just DN fest on the point as Raw Deal take back. Pushing Team Awesome out, Team Awesome getting the respawn waves in. That's difficult to say fast.
Especially, but what we can see is that, yeah, Team Awesome are now getting the respawns, but they're not just going to be back at the time quick enough to really hold off on a strong defense, so they're going to have to rebuild that crit, get back that advantage, and let's push in with about 10% in front of Raw Deal.
Yeah, Lantec, I don't know when he switched, but he switched to the Medigun now, hoping just to get that bit more survivability out, rather than perhaps he felt his team was going down too much, perhaps he felt he was going down too much.
Yeah, which is quite an interesting thing. Even if you're dying too much, as with an Uber charge, you're going to take even longer to build it, so you're there even weaker for a longer time. So crits can have its advantages even in the smaller players.
Yep, Lantec coming up on that Uber charge just now, 99, 100%. Let's see how we'll use it. Team Awesome.
He doesn't even have to use it. Team Awesome just disappeared. There's no one on the point, and no one's going to be capping, even though it's just milliseconds from being captured.
that's one thing I find. Well, I don't really play that much medic, but you feel not safer holding on to an Uber than you do a crits. Crits is something normally you just try and get aggressive with.
Yeah, exactly. With crits, you're calling 70, 80%. You're wanting to be moving in, get towards that middle point just after the houses, see who's around, how powerful it can be, when you want to play it. Whereas with Uber, it's just nothing like that. You're just wanting to almost hang back a lot more until they're using that crits and then just look to keep everyone alive.
Ooh, that Uber was forced there. It was just popped to block the point. Clever play. Of course, can't cap the point when there's an Uber being popped on it, so...
Exactly.
Good plays.
Defense, you've got Uber, they can't cap. In attack, you've got crits, you can cap whilst you're dominating. It's...
Oh, Team Awesome will take this point back. Talk about close games. This is the second time we've had an overtime cap, and I have a feeling this could be another double overtime here.
So Team Awesome going to be looking to build up those dispensers, get that mini sentry down, and really hold on to this one, because they've got 1 minute 20 seconds by my eyes to really keep that point their own.
And that's a long time in King of the Hill.
I'm leaning forward with every second.
You and me both, Maxi. There's a lot of spam, there's a lot of nothing going on at the moment. Raw deal, you have to get it in here. You just need a millisecond on that cap time.
Looks like they're just holding back. They've got that minute to burn down, so they're not really going to have to worry too much.
Team Awesome staying aggressive. I like that style though. They're not trying to rest on their point. I suppose they know they can't fall back and attempt to let Raw deal cap, but it is a play style.
They can't.
It is a play style in King of the Hill to hold forward and be aggressive. Only a spy can really get behind you on notice, maybe a bonk scout.
Yeah, Viaduct has got these sort of different segments. You've got your main spawn point, beautiful place to be, place you don't want to be. Then you move in towards those house areas, and behind or in front just means that those are just the few meters of ground you can keep, especially on the other side. If you're going past the houses, you're keeping the choke points. They're just not going to get through.
Yes, and with that it seems the server's changing level. Can't really tell who capped that one out there. Might just shout at one of the Team Awesome guys, see what happened there, but...
Far away. Is it going to be 2-all? It would be so good to see a 2-all, because I think
like to see 2-all.
It would be, I think, a well-evened match. We've seen everything from everyone, some good sniping, some good spies, some good Ubers, these crits. Everyone should be praised for that last game and entertaining everyone at Blackout Gaming TV.
Definitely, very entertaining game, one of the most entertaining King of the Hill matches I've watched in a long time. Without a doubt, normally you'll see a wipe or you'll see a team get 2 points ahead and there's a bit of a comeback, but that was neck and neck, round for round stuff right there.
If this is going up on YouTube, do not put any scores up. Let everyone watch to the very end, because
Most
that is
definitely.
a beautiful game.
Spoilers. YouTube needs spoiler tags. Get on it, guys. Let's see, have I any word back from anyone about the score?
Let us know!
Interested.
People want to know! Screaming for facts. Like, why, Ducky? Why did the servers crash?
Oh, poor Ducky, he gets so much stick. He deserves most of it, though.
Ducky only gets my bro fist. Inside or out of him, he can have it.
I'm getting word from one of the guys, not one of the actual players, Swifty, saying 3-1 TA. He's not sure though, just waiting for confirmation.
We're all just guessing. We're guessing this from a Team Awesome player. We're watching Team Awesome.
Yep.
There's 2 Team Awesome casters, and someone else from Team Awesome says, yeah, we won it. Don't worry. Move on. We've got a second match here in Wireplay Season 10.
Okay, I've got word in from one of the official players, Kermit, playing Scout for Team Awesome, 3-1 to Sigma. According to him, it did go to double overtime. I'm so jealous.
Why didn't we see?
Team Awesome managed to just clutch it out by the sounds of things. He's even calling it clutch, and I'd say they've got the adrenaline shakes at this stage, but you're going from a cot into a 5 CP and a slow 5 CP.
Yeah, we had a nice little discussion about croissant before this game, and
Croissant.
And
It's called croissant because it's shaped like a banana. Arnold, you make so much sense.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah.
All this talk, food, and sandwiches. But it's
Sandwich.
shaped to slow the game down in some ways, but it's also just to stop these big sniper plays, just having these lines. And characters like this means that there's got to be a bit of architecture around. Nice little view from Heavy is GPS taking us around. Seeing, if you haven't seen Cross-On before, you haven't been to competitive, have a look around. We're going to be going around First Point. It's pretty beautiful around here. There's a side entrance which no one should ever go through, just go straight to the point. But the spawns there over on the left means that you've got quite a huge area to cover. But from every point, it's just like this massive Unreal map almost just floating around it in this size.
Yeah, this is probably one of the best looking maps out there. Probably one of the best looking community maps anyways. Just some great scenery. Interesting map. It's not your straight line bit choke points. It's curved map. It's interesting map.
We could even say curvaceous.
Ooh. Of course, this is where mid fights are going to count. Big time, of course. 5 CP actually having mid points.
Yeah, I love the little midpoint. There's a little channel down the side, just into the houses. That's a point which a sneaky little sniper in those sort of lines. Some medic just cruising around the car. I'm safe, yeah. Not today.
It's a fun map. Definitely a lot of unique stuff you won't see any other 5 CP maps. Unorthodox. Some people would say I like it. It's different. And
I want to say 5 CP Gorge.
Being 5 Gorge.
5 Gorge, bring in 5 Gorge.
It's fun, but I don't want to watch people play one round for half an hour because Engineer can just hold the entire map down with Essential.
Yeah, there's so many maps out there, and
that's
speaking of community, it's the community update. Welcome to Blackout Gaming, welcome to TF2. If you haven't even played the game before, think about becoming a free player, welcome. Let me know, and I'll give you a premium gift if this is your first time.
And I may even throw you a sneaky hat if it's your genuinely first time playing. We can get some sort of weird confirmation about that. I don't know how it's going to work, but Maxi will buy you a premium. I'll give you a hat. It'll be good times.
It's only to the one lucky player who manages to find Maximus on Steam, adds him, doesn't have premium. It isn't a idle account, should we say? And it's genuinely new to TF2. Just possibly even stumble on there. If you've got a friend who plays it, they're free to play. Get them on. Let's see what they do.
Definitely, just such variety. Every other first-person shooter is just fails in comparison. It's a very well balanced game. Was a very well balanced game, but then Unlocks kind of swayed the directions a bit. But I'm looking forward to this, Maxi. If it's as close as it was on Viaduct, we're in for one hell of a match.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what their tactics are, knowing that they're that sort of even style. Ooh, little updates from Heavy's GPS, the beautiful streamer up there in the right-hand corner. Don't focus on that face, as beautiful as it is. We're going to be watching Team Fortress 2, Team Awesome Sigma versus Raw Deal, Season 10 Wireplay.
Going live soon, I'm anticipating who will be there first on mid, Maxi. What demo is going to steal the show on mid here?
Ooh, who was still mid? I think Raw have got some good sticky jumping skills, so they're going to be sending their demo man up. Apologies for that name. I'm going to have to announce it sometime. Metorkar! He's going to be the demo man
like,
this evening.
Yes, sounds like a medieval warrior. I can see him now.
Exactly. If he's got the hat, please say he's got the samurai hat.
Oh, I hope he takes out the big.
He doesn't. He's
well.
still got the pink heart. Can't blame him for it. Look at that pink. Look at those glasses. He's got everything. For all those pink players out there, knowing someone's shouting out every now and then, Swifty, maybe.
Swifty.
Some people out there, they just love pink. Some of the brown, but we're going to stick with pink for this little view.
Okay, Maxi, let's try and get back in casting mode here. I think we're about to go live.
Exactly.
Yes,
is that 90 seconds up?
Here
Have I
we
reached
go.
the end of my seat?
Right, who are you watching, Maxi? Who are you following out? I'm on Rolox or Relox's cam here. because I can pronounce his name, I'll let you take the other one. He's messed up his rollout. He's messed up a jump.
I'm just following. Yeah, I'm just following actually the main huddle of Raw at the moment. They've just got the soldier with the whip, making sure everyone's getting there fast. And it looks like the mini sentry has gone down first for Raw, which is overlooking the point from underneath.
Watching some sneaky spy action here. No, taking down right away. Girati, brilliant weapon. One of my favourite utility weapons in TF2.
I'm still just looking for Team Awesome. They're just making their way now to the midpoint. It looks as though Raw managed to get around the corner.
Midpoint. Just starting to cap now. That took a long time. Team Awesome running the Uber, it seems. Solid choice for 5 CP. Not going to have that big cluster of players do on King of the Hill.
Yep, you've got all the time in the world. Stay at second, even go back all the way to first if you lost mid. Build that Uber and just push out from there. So we're going to see a lot more of these rather than the crits aggression of what King of the Hill
Wick
brings.
Just gets sniped. He popped off his Uber. He didn't drop it. He popped it off on Burning Sandwich, but after that just sniped by Snow. Great play. As Team Awesome cap midpoint.
So they're capping without medic, but it also looks as though Lantak has only just started building. He's at about 10%, and they're going to have a good advantage by the time the rest of Team Awesome join them. And it's going to be following Lantak that moment, so he's just holding back at second, quite an aggressive second really. They're not behind the point like you would see some teams. They're holding ready to push back into mid.
There's a sneaky sticky trap here. I just want to see will it catch anyone out. Sit on just that sort of rock on the right hand entrance.
You know that rock. Let's see what Raw can do with this, if they're going to get the few vital picks that mean they can actually push in and be aggressive. Or they're going to have to wait for this Uber v Uber battle.
This is the one problem people have with Cross Hunt. It's a great looking map, it's a fun map, it's different, but it's stalemate central.
Having played so many hours of Dust Bowl, so many hours of TF2, I love stalemates. There's nothing like breaking it. That's what Medic is about, is having that Uber and just pushing in with a big smile on
getting
the face.
backstabbed there. Oh, grand job taking down Wick. Important backstab. Wick had just got that Uber, I think. Lantek has his Uber up now. Is he going to pop it on heavy? Is it? Yes. Pops
Exactly,
it off.
now's the time.
Piddix just chasing Team Awesome out, pushing up with the Uber ahead of the point. Solid ideas, solid plays.
Are we going to see this game even so battled that it's just going to be a battle for mid the entire time? No caps, just mid.
It would be fun. I'd happily just watch that sort of DM fest.
This would be the perfect outplay for the week 1 of season 10. That these sort of teams are pretty evenly matched, which means the entire league is going to go well.
Lantek does get taken down there by bots. Team Awesome sniper, great pick. I didn't even see where he was hiding there.
And I didn't see who it hit, but it seemed as though Wick got a good crossbow in there for the medic. I gotta love those.
I don't think Bots was aiming for the medic. He's laughing there in chat. I think that was one we might have to go back and watch on STV.
Did he kill a spy?
No, he managed to pick the medic and was laughing afterwards. I think it might have been a mistake.
I thought it was one of those moments when there's just an invisible spy, cloak and dagger, you fire a pill, and you just killed something there.
It's a glorious feed.
And speaking of cloak and dagger, we're going to watch Jabab looking for team. Although I think you found a team, you're playing for them. He's just going to be wandering around the cloak and dagger. May have been spotted by the engineer, doesn't. Guess that cheeky young cloak, he's moving forward. Does he get the demo? No! Yes! Oh! And he runs away, doesn't get far. Freaky catches him out. Engineer really does find him. Finally see him, but it's just that few seconds too late.
I think it's time someone goes crits. This is very stalemate. We need something a little bit different just to loosen this one up a bit, get a bit of momentum going.
No, we're moving it almost 90%. No, what sort of percentage are we at? Yeah, 90% for Raw, which means they've got mid, they've got the player advantages. They really should be moving forward here.
Yep. Got Uber, trying to push up, trying to get your heavies, classes all buffed. Green Job coming here trying to get pick. Is he going to get the medic? Wick just manages straight out of the way in time.
The Blue making their way to the first corner of the croissant.
Croissant.
Have a look at what second point can give them.
I don't know, is the engineer for Raw Deal being a troll, or is that a legitimate name? But my god, that's some combination of letters.
What were you
But I
seeing
want-
just there?
I want him to push up, play more aggressive, mini sentries on the flanks.
Yeah, that certainly is.
Looks like we're finally going to be getting a second point capped. The first time this match, would you believe? No, we're not. We're going to go back to mid. We've exchanged mid a few times. Haven't got a second point capped yet.
It's funny to me.
Which is a shame. You want to be seeing them. You want to be seeing some aggression from one of the teams. They're seeming too friendly right now. They've really got to throw some names out there, flick a few foreheads, and just get aggressive.
Or just start name calling. Usually leads to overextending, a lot of laughs, a lot of trolling, but hey, if it works.
Exactly. We're talking about Highlander. We're talking about that variety of weapons. Now's the time when you really pick the ones that can either slow the game down or what you think is speed it up. You pull the Dagger Ringer out for a second or two. It's time to keep them, the opposition, a little bit scared, a little bit paranoid. Or are you really actually going to hopefully lay down the level 3 sentry and just hold on a big defense just for that big laugh in the engineers?
Uber was forced there by Burning Sandwich, I think. That the opposition popping on a pyro, strange choice. WM1, too powerful. Does go down though.
Big shame. Freaky getting headshot by Snow. It's going to mean that no engineer, possibly no dispenser, haven't seen it go down.
Things are starting to get sloppy. Things are just starting to degrade into TM Fest. I think people are losing patience with not having ever capped a second point and possibly never capping a second point.
Could it be this game? Are we going to see such an equal team? I'm really interested now about everyone else in Wireplay Season 10. What are we going to see from everyone? Although a backstab on Wick means that the casual defense of Team Awesome is really actually going to have to tighten up as Raw Deal are pushing in.
Raw Deal pushing in here. They're finally, are they going to get this cap? No, defensive positions too strong for Team Awesome there by the looks of things, but Team Awesome still down a few. You could be aggressive, push back in.
Great little corner view from Heavy's GPS streaming here on Blackout Gaming TV. Just seeing that corner of second point. You've got only two areas you can really focus on. You've got the door, or you've got the way over the stairs to the point itself. And the door is such a risky moment, because if that opens, any medic either side of it, he's going to be sniped instantly. He's going to see who's there. It means everyone's going to go right, which means everyone puts on the defense, and you see these holds last so long.
One thing I want to see as well is level 3 sentries. They're so strong. Bring them out, somebody. Come on, I want something different. I want to see big plays. I want to see someone grab this one by the balls and make it their own game.
Exactly, what you want is Pyro and Engineer to high five, become buddies. Pyro helps the Engineer, he backs him up. Heavy Sentry moves forward, put it down in an aggressive point, and then you can really keep a good aggression on.
Or just do my style of engineer, which is level 3 sentries 24/7.
It's just level 3
All day,
sentries
every day.
played like mini sentries, somehow in a corner where you didn't think something that big could be placed. There it's hidden away. And it
Yeah,
looks like
just when you
Rainbow's
walk
just
around
getting
the
away
corner,
at the same
you-
time.
I want to see a ninja teleport. I want to see teleporters behind points. I want to see something stupid. I want to see something silly. I want to see the point capped for the first time about 10 minutes again, maybe.
Yeah, so like either teams, this is where you really shine as a team, when you've got so many different options of what you can do on certain points. You've got, okay, we'll send the spy in, he'll take out the engineer, he's going to go in to take out the medic. You need to just see something that possibly hasn't been seen before to actually get this game moving.
Yeah, we need something. Just throw a spanner in the works. Something that they didn't scrim against. Something that
Two
shouldn't work.
snipers!
Double sniper and Highlander. No, let's not go there. Please.
Wick's back to 100%. Lantak's
popped.
pretty close, and then
Wick's
yeah,
forced. Lantek. This could be the big move here. If Lantek can hold on to this, get everyone back in. No,
he's got his 100%. He's losing health,
They've
and he's
lost too
popped
many-
in defense.
If they've lost too many, it's just going to be another midpoint stalemate. This is just turned into a King of the Hill map. players fighting over that midpoint. We wanted more King of the Hill and we're getting them actually.
Yeah, exactly. We should have chosen a payload, or there should have been a payload for the second map, maybe just with a bit of variety. Otherwise, we're just seeing, a King of the Hill map with longer spawn runs.
Yep, just nice long rollouts to mid. This is actually quite amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a point be held in a competitive match for so long. But second is a very hard point to capture. The defenders of high ground, which projectile classes plus high ground. It's death.
Exactly. You're actually watching just there how the heavy was trying to get a cheeky spot on a place I didn't even, or failed to mention, underneath. It's the point where you can never push from underneath as an aggressive attack in TF2. Height advantage means everything for pretty much every player. Snipers can down just straight to the head, spies can drop in. People like an ubered heavy like Wix just pushing out means that there's just no point staying low.
Yep. We're all losing a lot of players here. Team Awesome might actually be able to push out and cap the point here, which they are attempting to do. This could be the big swing moment, big change. Popman headshots in a spy just for the cloak. This is it. I'm feeling good, Maxi.
Yeah, no, there's no
feeling this push.
Yeah, come on, feel it. We feel some magic. Blackout Gaming TV stream.
Mom, we want to see one of those heroic moments that will go down the annals of TF2. Just that play that redefines the game.
Sorry, this is the moment as well, because we're in such a high level of Team Fortress 2 competitive. We're at the good level where people are going to be recording POV demos, so let's hope everyone's got a YouTube link, everyone's got that YouTube hat, and they're just posting up what we can see, what will be, in minutes, just very exciting stuff.
100% here for Wick. Team Awesome down 4 players, though. Can't really push. They're trying to push off it, getting aggressive. They're getting bored of sitting around.
Big turning around to a spy. He's getting face stabbed and stickied to death, which means out comes the Uber from Lantac, and they've held that point. Are we going to now see mid capped by Raw Deal?
Again, another mid. Oh, second being capped. This is something for the Bucks, Maxi.
Knowing there's just one, are we seeing a spy possibly out there? Wrath is still alive.
Dead Ringer spy cap. I think it could devolve just to staying alive for spy and just tapping the cap point.
Exactly. This is pretty much our only tactic we're going to see here. Just have someone on the point. Suddenly, the 9 players that are all looking at the corner ahead of them, 6 of them turn around. You've got that advantage. Push in, but it doesn't do enough with Wrath's work. Wrath goes down now, actually, and it means that there's no fear for the heavy medic and demo of Raw as they look to push in on mid. 85% charge against Wick, 60 means that Wick is going to have to stay back. Are they even going to have to lose this point just to
here's
get
just
back
another
ahead?
show of how strong the Wrangler and Mini Sentry is. Freaky, Team Awesome were down a lot of players on mid there. Raw Deal had positional advantage. Freaky throws down Mini Sentry on high ground, wrangles it. No one's getting near that point.
Yeah, that's such a powerful unlock. You could have shotgun and pistol means you can run out just to keep yourself aggressive with a Mini Sentry, but with Wrangler, it's in a league of its own of unlocks.
I main engineer and I hate that with passion. It's too good.
The moment Valve gave you the temptation to control your Sentry, every engineer main's eyes lit up. It's the type of stuff that you just think, have you done this? Have you given me this power?
I don't have to play as 2 players anymore. My Sentry and I are as 1. Yes,
Speaking of 1, it looks as though Team Awesome have finally teamed up, and they have pushed second. We could even see the point.
Have we?
Yes,
Rejoice, stream, rejoice, casters, players rejoice. We've seen our first second point capped. This feels like, I can't even tell, is it 15? Is it nearly 20 minutes?
Time isn't a factor here. All I know is that it was light a few minutes ago, and now we're right into darkness. In fact, it was
midnight.
Friday. Isn't it Saturday now?
Saturday, it's nearly Sunday morning.
We're getting another Uber. He's popped, but it was too early in comparison to Lantac, so he's got the stronger time.
Oh, back cap attempt. Come on, who is it? Is it a spy cap? Is it? No, it's not.
It can't be spy. He's holding that.
Cap. No. Oh, so close. Team Awesome just need to balls aggression, block second point, everyone jump on that point, sneeze on the point. No, too many players down.
Not enough, and it looks like Raw Deal managed to cap back second. But it does show that Team Awesome have taken the initiative, they've just been waiting for those opportunities and pushing well.
I suppose if you wait long enough, something will eventually happen, and that seems to be the moral of the story here. Both teams.
Right now, we've got a bunch of monkeys and a lot of typewriters. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, that is precisely what I'm saying. Eventually, you will get Shakespeare, but has Jake maybe the engineer? He's staying on level 3 sentries, which will be more stalematey if he plays standard engineer, but just please throw a level 3 sentry up right on the choke and take down a heavy and a medic. They can do it, I've done it myself, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's kind of the opportunity. You're waiting for your team to take out the big players, and the sentries there is that last hope. Whereas it's so powerful, take it up. Put it as that extra heavy up in front, and just get players pushing in front of it, not just leaving it behind.
You've got auto-aim, you've got high DPS, you've got more hit points than a heavy. Why wouldn't you do it? Especially if you've got the Wrangler. If you've got the Wrangler, it's just level 3 sentries.
Big plays from either side just watching there. It seemed as though Wick went down from Team Awesome by Raw Deals, and Heavy went down to Raw.
4 here. Team Awesome should be pushing up. I don't know what they're thinking. Just getting on the point now. I think decisions are being a little too slow. People might be getting tired. This has been going a while. There was a delay before this. Everyone was complaining.
Everyone's just wanting to buy robot keys. No one's interested in any form of competitive play. Everyone wants to buy some keys and have some awesome hats. Thank you, Valve.
Point blocked yet again, though. Raw Deal doing a great job. Just Pyro coming in there, air blasting everyone off the point.
There's the power of the door. Just one little sheet of metal. Suddenly, there is a world of spam the other side. You've got snipers, heavies, demos. It's a horrible place to be standing as medic, and Wick is frantically trying to find a pocket.
We have been complaining about this taking a while, but have to make Raw Deal.
He's hidden well. No communication there. As Heavy just gets to see at a respawn point.
Great job defending here from Raw Deal. Wick going for the arrows on Green Job, Spy. Eventually gets taken down. Team Awesome very aggressive here, not going near the point. Pushed right in on the last point here though. Raw Deal doing a great job holding this.
Held it so well, they've managed to almost just get half. Only a half cap, but it's enough time to show that Team Awesome should even be holding back. Are we going to be moving back to mid? I don't think I've seen that area in this game much this one.
No, mid. We've lost mid.
What is this place? Who put this corner in here?
I think that's the problem with this map. It's not straight, which it just makes it slightly longer for everyone getting places. You mightn't think that, but it just takes a little bit longer. You're a little bit more blind to things.
It's kind of nice to have it slow. Medic gets a bit of time just to really build, and speaking of building, Raw have just pushed forward with theirs, and Wick is falling back again with a crossbow. He needs his pockets around him, and the Pyro is pushing back.
He's not getting much love from his players. I think it's getting to the stage that it's getting kind of DM heavy. It's where you've got to start shouting at your teammates to get them focused.
With so many players down for Raw, Team Awesome have to be moving forward on this one. They've only just got their respawns, and they're still hiding the other side. They're hiding on their side of second. They should really be pushing through the doors, getting the pressure on the spawn points. It's horrible to say. To see it in pub, you'd cry. Yet to see it in competitive, you're like, yeah, we're that good. We can spawn camp. But it's a valid tactic.
I am confused with Team Awesome's lack of aggression here. It's just, this isn't the hardest last to push, unless its metagame's changed completely since I was playing, but it's been a long time coming,
Kermit getting caught out trying to sit underneath, and Lantac goes down to a sticky from Team Awesome Reblocks. Now we're going to be seeing some pressure.
Finally pushing on the W button, rather S finally gets the cap point. That took far too long. Maxi 47 points for Wick in one round.
We could almost count it by the minutes. Wasn't that 1 point a minute? Isn't that how long we've been watching this?
Basically, I think this could just be a 1-0. I've 10 minutes left. We've been 20 minutes. It is half an hour for 5 CP, isn't it?
I believe so, and yeah, the standard sort of time in these sort of comp games is you want to limit yourself. We're the best in half an hour. It's not we're the best in 3 hours and we got to 5 points. Team Awesome players and TF2 in general players, we're just too good for that.
ADD, that's the problem. Speaking of which, midpoint here, once again, we are seeing Raw Deal taking over this midpoint. Team Awesome trying to get some low ground spam, but low ground spam isn't quite as powerful as high ground spam because you can dodge it a lot easier.
Exactly, I was just watching from Piddock's eyes the heavy for Raw Deal sitting pretty with his beautiful orbiting flames. He was the actual other side of mid, which
Both
means they've already
medics
got
just
the aggression.
grabbing Uber here. This is going to be important to see. Lantec pops his Demo Man in, getting 3 kills off it so far onto Team Awesome. Raw Deal, I think they're feeling that urgency, they're getting that groove back.
But Wick's got his Uber and he's just popped now, which means we're going to see a defense from the Demo Man holding their own second. Having just watched the
Interesting, Raw
match,
Deal's still on the point. Raw Deal could cap this one out if they play clever, although Demo Man Medic's sitting on it right now.
I'm rocking back and forth on this one. I'm thinking we're 20 minutes one round, are we 2 minutes the next? What's happening?
It's known to happen. Concentration just slips. You've been stuck in a stalemate for so long. You're not used to high octane, fast plays.
You don't
I
know
think-
what the other side of the map looks like.
It could be the same as your side of the map. You just don't know. Just
This can't be a
strange
mirror.
word.
Beautiful map designers, and speaking of map designers, buying your community stamps, get it now. The store is possibly not even open. Do
No,
it!
it's
Support
still-
TF2!
Typical TF2 fashion. We've got people complaining of lag because they just can, I suppose.
Have you got your ore? I've got my ore. We're down a river of tears. Don't worry.
Yep, we're just feeling so sad for it because one player lagging is going to make such a big difference on the most stalemating map I've possibly ever seen. Just looking at the teams, Team Awesome here. So many dominations, but just nothing to show for. Well, they've one round to show for it.
Yeah, they're in the advantage to show for it, but it's, not a big a deal as you're probably seeing. Yeah, only just opening up and seeing plenty on it.
Strange, there's very, very odd sort of game here. If that wasn't already apparent. But Raw pushing forward, I want to see Raw get this point. I want Raw to make a comeback.
To see this as a complete tie, I would actually be happy for both. I would be looking up with adoring and pyro
1-1.
eyes just to seeing something beautiful.
Team Awesome not going to be able to scramble this defense in time, but it looks things they've got a heavy spy on the point. Watch out, heads
Yeah, he's
down.
down.
Ooh, and blocked by the soldier. Good jump. They did manage to get that cap. That'll be forward respawns now, making it a little bit easier to hold. Team Awesome, a lot of players down. Raw Deal, push. Everyone on the point.
And we're going to see that moment of concentration you speak of, what separates the pubbers from the pros. How long can you stay at your best? And this one really is pushing the cans back.
Yeah, these sort of maps sometimes turn into a derp fest. If a round goes for as long as the last round went, you're sort of... things are start getting a little bit silly, comms go out the window, people get quiet.
An aggressive pyro from Raw means that he's able to push off players like Burning Sandwich, Team Awesome's heavy, who's just trying to sit pretty on the point, and finally the pyro goes down, means that there isn't that pressure on them anymore.
Raw Deal getting some nice picks here. I don't know if they're trying to slow push this in maybe. There doesn't seem to be a lot of bombing action from either side. Soldiers seem to be playing a lot defensive style. Maybe that's what's stalemating the teams.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a little actual watch of Evo Warrior 5, Raw Deal's soldier. He's actually going underneath the point, and he's going to look to get the big health back, just hold around there, maybe not even need it. Is he going to jump up at the moment when they least expect it, throw down some rockets on the heavy, and doesn't get the escape going?
Watching Snow here, he's got a nice sniping alley. Facing off against Botless, no, neither of them hitting headshots. Body shots galore, but... nope, that's too long on sniper cam when nothing happening. Have to switch off. ADD coming into effect. Casting too long.
Yeah, let's see what everyone else is doing. Let's see what these sort of aggressive characters do. I'm going to be playing through to Raw Deal Spy, because Spy and Sniper, these big aggressive players, the instant killers of TF2, can really turn things.
Great pick there from Wrath, picking off Demo Man. Very important, trying to push the last point. Demo Man just gets spammed down, take down their sentry.
Lantac are out of their Uber and they actually haven't got as far as they wanted
Oh,
to get
Phantom's
that
getting a bit of
first point.
spawn camp in here too. This could be a point for Raw Deal. Phantom's hiding in the corner. Are we going to see a pyro whack now? Something crazy like that?
We're probably going to see everything by the time. They're going to be scraping the barrels for tactics.
That's sometimes what has to be done though. Just throw the rule book out the window.
The most unknown thing is, someone thrown into a corner, you don't know what they're going to do. And this really is right into the first corner of Croissant in Wireplay Season 10.
Raw Deal getting pushed back off the second point. No, they're not. If there was just a Kritzkrieg in play, there's so much player clumping going on. It would be moment of glory sort of stuff. You'd be seeing 6 kills from one sticky.
Exactly, at this sort of time, this is when to throw it in, because the other team, they're expecting an Uber, so they've got 2 or 3 players out who can move back quickly, but you've got a Kritzkrieg, they're not moving anywhere, they're dead before they can warn the rest of the team.
Exactly, TA losing a lot of team here,
Wick
a lot
and the heavy for Team Awesome down. It means that there's a huge advantage, although a beautiful headshot from bots on Lantac means that there goes any form of advantage.
Yep, I'm just flicking through cams here again, watching bots, just no scope and mini sentries. Effective. Snow, is he going to get the headshot? No,
Oh, we were watching the same thing. Unfortunate.
I think this is where it's coming down to stamina now. There's a lot of players, there's just some odd decisions being made, maybe not the right calls, the right time. Beep, nice kill there on Slacker.
I was watching a nice moment from Rap. He got the kill on Lordeal's Pyro, and there's probably no moment better than knowing you've taken out your exact counter. The Spy moving against the Pyro, you're going to feel good. So Rap is having a quick look at the little defense or the offense set up. He takes out the engineer, takes out that dispenser, and rather than going for medic or aggressive, he just holds back. This sort of time frame is what we're expecting from this match. We're going to be looking to play for days.
Yeah, it's valid spy tactics though, just recycle, don't go down, just make everyone paranoid, make the medic pop Uber early, hopefully get a pick on him. He does go down there though, Raf.
Unfortunately, didn't get the pick, and Lantac's at 90% with Wick having just run out of his Uber, and Lantac, if he manages to keep it and have a good pocket, they're going to move forward.
Raw have to pull up, it looks things only 4 up, they do have an Uber, medic had to pop to save himself from the Pyro. That Pyro, is he going to get demo off? Yes, off the map you go. Don't jump down to Pyros.
We're seeing even such tactics of scouts being Ubered here. It's getting to that sort of point in the game.
Yep, I want to see Raw Deal Engineer come out, level 3 Sentry, just lock down, completely lock down second point, so all your team can push in, you can get 6-7 players just suiciding onto the point, try and get that cap, even things up. You won't have to worry about time limits, you won't have to worry about anything. Sometimes you...
Knowing how fast my cycling is, could you do me the massive favour of looking if there is a pain train out? Because that sort of weapon right now would be perfect for Raw to take advantage of. Come on, throw in all these type of tactics!
There we go, Raw Deal. Good round being called, people calling lag issues, of course, it's always the fault. Lag, done it, I lost a round because of lag.
There's got to be some tears in every competitive play. Even Team Fortress gets caught out with that.
Yep, but it's improving, it's improving.
But both of these teams, yeah, being gentlemen, being the good sports that are Team Fortress 2 players, a very caring bunch, even in forums.
There is always the trolls, you get that in every game, but Team Fortress 2 has a great community, is what I was trying to say.
That we do, and that community of Raw Deal is pushing forward, and they've got the point already on mid here on Croissant. Although they have lost Lantac and a few other key players like Grange Bob and Slacker, which means their sort of forward players are going back. And
Uber pushed here, Sigma popping the Uber very early. Raw Deal just going to get out, just going to go down the S key, just give them mid, wait for the Uber to fade, come back in, get them all off the point, and then probably wait another 10 minutes to cap mid a few times again, and rinse and repeat.
Exactly, this is just a game on mid. We've seen some 2 great King of the Hill maps, effectively. It's been
great King of the Hill maps indeed. I'm still devastated we couldn't see that final moments of Viaduct. Such a tense, such a close game. This one just as close. We're seeing GG's being called in chat. I don't know what that's about. Our time could be, yeah, time.
Are we getting close to that time?
Yeah, we should be very close to it now. It's going to be 1-1 for Croissant, but I don't think some people are going to be surprised about that. I did hear complaints about this being a slow map.
I was actually, most of the point, I still had the back of my mind that it was 2-all in the first game, and now it's 1-all
No,
between Team
Maxi.
Awesome Sigma and Raw Deal. Unfortunately, it was Team Awesome in the lead on the first one, with 3-1 with some magical capping we unfortunately didn't see, and now it's 1-all, the tie game here on Croissant.
Croissant probably not going to make it into the main seasons for any major league, but during this downtime here at the end of the map, I would like to thank both Raw Deal and Sigma Team Us. Two good teams, two great maps. First match, brilliant, one of the best DM fest maps I've seen in a long time. Once again, thank you, Blackout TV. We were watching Wireplay Season 10. Maximus, sign us off.
Exactly, we've seen. My big thanks also go out to Heavy as GPS for some excellent camera work there for Blackout Gaming TV. This is your first time, please come back. If this is one of the veterans, you're wearing that Primeval Warrior, and please tell us how you liked it. Do you want to see us again? Can understand if not, but we'd love to be back. So here we are, Team Awesome duo signing off. Hiking and Maximus. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.